as we get past the halfway mark, this is where both sides look to try and build their way through the season. It's going to be the Elmira Pioneers, who just yesterday played in a doubleheader, had an opportunity to sweep it, were not able to do so, remain at 500, and they try to continue their way through. But in terms of tying things up, Jamestown, they know a lot about that. Yesterday, tied in their game going up against Niagara Ironbacks, the first time of the season in the West Division. So these two sides, number 2 in the standings, number 4 in the standings, get ready to go. For the first time meeting this season, it's the Elmira Pioneers and it's the Jamestown Tarpskunks here at the historic Dunn Field. Thank you for joining us here. Anthony Labonte taking you through the action here today, and I mentioned those standings for the West Division. Let's take a look at those. Batavia, they sit in first place at 19-6. Jamestown, they're 18-7-1 on the season. They sit in second place. Auburn's 15-8. Their game yesterday against Geneva got suspended in the second inning due to rain. Elmira, they're 12-12 on the year, 500. Niagara Ironbacks, 10-13-1, putting them ahead of Olean by way of winning percentage. Olean, they are 10-14, and then Geneva's 8-13. They move up for another time back into the 7 spot. Niagara falls back down. They are towards the 8. And Newark, who split the series yesterday against the Pioneers, and will be back here on Thursday, are 4-17 on the year. It's a season of great baseball, and things look to continue to go. And I mentioned the rain yesterday being a problem in the Geneva and Auburn game. There's a chance of it coming up here in Elmira, New York. The forecasts have shown for a little bit of showers potentially coming in soon. You see the score on the screen there. 5-0 was the score yesterday between the two sides in Newark and the Elmira Pioneers in the second game of the 4th of July doubleheader. That was after Brennan Hayes threw what was a complete shutout. And so the rain is forecasted to come in. We'll have to see what way it ends up moving. If it does come in during this game or in the second half of the doubleheader, we'll have to see. Or even at all. That's what we hope for. No rain here in Elmira, New York. But on the mound for this one, it's going to be Lucas Rylander. This is his first time this season on the rubber to start a game off. It's his 6th appearance on the year, and now he looks to try and carry things through for the Pioneers. Enters into today boasting an ERA of 7.42. Of course, with it being in relief appearances, those get a little bit more bolstered. But one of the things to look out for is how does this first inning develop for Lucas Rylander? He does so well in those later innings of his appearances when he's gone those 3 innings. 2 and 3, does a great job. The first one, that's going to be the big determining factor. And against a team like Jamestown, that will be crucial because the Pioneers so far this season and teams entering into the day above 500, they are just winning 2 of those games. As the throwdown's about to come down between these two sides, the ground rules are still being talked about between here and Coach Drum and the umpires over on the side there. The Tarpskunks came in. Once again, this is the first time that they're meeting so far this season. They had a doubleheader that was supposed to happen earlier in the year. That was supposed to happen at Jamestown. So now it's going to be, that one was postponed due to rain there. So hopefully no rain in this one to mimic that. But this one gets ready to go, and the umpires will break up. Coach Nate will give off the baseballs, and we'll get ready to go here as up to bat comes Grant Moore, who's playing center field for Jamestown here today. He enters into today looking to try and make things happen for his squad. A .321 batting average so far on the season. He has started in 24 games so far this year, only missing 1. Now this is going to be number 25. Rylander kicks and deals. He shows bunt there is more, but it'll go outside. That's the first pitch of this contest between these two sides. Official start time, 2:01 p.m. As 1-0 count now and comes towards Grant Moore. Lucas Rylander kicks and deals. That one goes in there for a strike, so it's an even exchange. It's 1-1 now. Here in the top half of the first inning. Once again, reminder in the PGCBL, doubleheaders are just 7 innings. Let's see how this goes. The man from Johnstown, Ohio, in the left-handed batter's box. That one's down low. 2-1 incoming now. And so one of those guys who throws righty, but bats lefty here is Grant Moore. Playing in center field, and have to see how he can try and get on for his squad. The throw, that one's upstairs. So far on the season for him, he's got an on-base percentage of 50.4%. So about half the times he steps up to the plate, he's getting on. And he's with a 3-1 count. He has an opportunity to do so here. 3-1, the pitch from Rylander incoming now. That one outside, ball 4. He gets on again. So Grant Moore gets on by a walk, the first base runner of the day for either side. And it comes for the Tarpskunks here in the top half of the first. No outs. Now up to bat is going to be Eric Weeks, who steps into this one, trying to see if he can move his man along. And another guy who hit so well this season, 354 he's got with 25 RBIs and a home run. Rylander looks down towards his catcher in Ryan Jones. The pitch, and that one's in there for a strike. The throw trying to go down over towards second base towards Adamo. It goes wide to the right, and moving on over a stolen base gets him towards second base is Moore, and now he's over towards third on the missed throw. So error goes in there on Ryan Jones. It's now going to be a man on third base. See a little bug flying by here. Love the wildlife all around Dunfield. As it's an 0-1 count now incoming, following first pitch called strike. The second pitch, that one's hit high in the air towards foul territory, running for that one, but not being able to make the move there is Gabbianelli. It'll go to 0-2. Jamestown looking to strike early against the Elmira Pioneers. They are a team that the Pioneers used to face a lot more often than just 4 times in a season. And Jamestown seemed to have Elmira's number. That one's on the ground. It heads over towards the shortstop there and didn't well. Now Esley, and that one's thrown over to first, but it's going to go wide and out of play. So moving on over is going to be the fielder, and they rule that as a hit with an error on the throw. Said he would have gotten to first anyway. A single that moves Weeks, and that's going to be another RBI on the season for him. It's 1-0 Jamestown lead here following Esley's throw there. The second error of the day for the Pioneers already with no outs. Up to bat now comes Nolan Smith. He's the designated hitter for this one. Man on second base. Rylander's throw, that one swung on the ground. Heads over towards Adamo there at second. He makes the snag. He takes the throw over to first base for the first out. Advances the runner over towards third and Weeks on the 4-3. And with that, let's take a look around the infield for the Elmira Pioneers. On third base, it's Alex Davis. Shortstop has Manny Esley. Second base remains in Tyler Adamo's hands. Ryan Gabbianelli's over at first. The outfield from left to right, that's Tyson Gingrich, Brett Baker, and Caleb Delaney. Get used to that outfield. They've played just about every game together of recent memory. And doing the catching is Ryan Jones for Lucas Rylander. One down, man on third. Currently 1-0 lead by Jamestown. The first pitch comes in there for a strike here against James Dixon, the shortstop for this contest. Trying to see if he can bring home another run. For Dixon, he comes into today with just 9 hits so far in the season, 2 of which have gone extras with 3 RBIs. 0-2 count now on the foul there. James Dixon trying to put the second run on the board, try to score Eric Weeks from third base. He got on by a single that scored a run. The first man that stepped up in Grant Moore. The pitch, that one's fouled back. It'll remain 0-2 for him. As right now, Esley and Adamo play back on the middle infield and continuing to attack on a bouncer. Breeze coming in from center field. The pitch, that one swung on the ground. Heads over towards Esley there at short. He takes his steps. He makes his throw on over, but that one's going to get past Gabbianelli again. 1 run will score. Moving towards second base is going to be the runner, and Dixon. Third error on the day by the Pioneers. It is now 2-0 Jamestown lead with a man on second base. Just like that. They will rule it as a single that was advanced over towards second on the error. Another one. So now up to bat comes Nate Muncy, the right fielder. The 4th RBI on the season for James Dixon. That one is going to go for a ball, 1-0. The Pioneers right now trying to get 2 more outs, get out of this one. The throw, that one's high and outside. 2-0 now coming for the left-handed batter in Nate Muncy. Jones gives his sign over to Rylander. Rylander does that little move with his glove there. The pitch, that one down low. Good block there by Jones. It's 3-0 count now. So man on second base, 3-0 count. Man on second right now is James Dixon. Shows a little sign towards his player. That pitch upstairs, outside, ball 4. So another man gets on via walk. Second walk of this inning by Lucas Rylander. Nate Muncy heads on towards first base, and now is going to be Paul Dulento. Stepping up now, he's the extra hitter in this contest, and with 2 men on, a golden opportunity to try and knock something on. He's batting .220 on the season and got a grand total of 12 RBIs. But the big factor for him, those 2 home runs that he has so far this season. We'll see how he attacks against Lucas Rylander. First pitch comes in. That one's hit hard, heads towards left center field. Getting back for that one is Tyson Gingrich, who reaches his glove down, makes the snag, and gets the out. So able to hold the man on there for the first swing is going to be Gingrich, and now it's 2 down. Remains with 2 on. As up to bat comes Joaquin Rodriguez Costa. Left-handed batter steps up to try and move over his runners. At 2 o'clock start time for this contest, as Rylander gets set. The pitch, that one outside, ball 1. And Lucas Rylander, his first start on the season right now, getting ready to go. 1-0, the pitch. That one's hit on the ground and heads over towards Adamo, but it'll go too far and too hard. That's going to be a single, and 1 run's going to come on in for the Tarpskunks. An RBI single by Costa, and that scores Eric Weeks from third base, scores James Dixon from third base and moves Muncy over towards second. It is now going to be 3-0 Tarpskunks lead as they go back and fix the scoreboard and change out the hits for errors. So that will be the first hit on the day for the Tarpskunks. Following 2 E6s, allowed their men to get on. 3-0 they lead. Up to bat comes C.J. Duggan. The pitch, that one for Dugan. Goes upstairs, he swings on that one, and it's going to go for a strike. 3-0 lead right now. As Pioneers getting ready to go. The pitch, that one's hit high in the air, heads towards center field. Brett Baker's going to go back for that one. First step in, but now a couple steps back, and will make the snag for the out. So 3 outs come in there, but the Tarpskunks are able to strike early. It is 3-0 lead for Jamestown over Elmira. They get ready to swing the bats right after this. On the rubber for the Tarpskunks, it's going to be Eli Bryant, who's making his second start of the season, 5th appearance. He's got a 4 ERA. He's not been a factor in any decisions. Thrown 9 innings and struck out a grand total of 5. So have to see how he attacks, and Caleb Delaney will come up. But the benefit for Bryant right now, the 3-run cushion that his team was able to provide in the top half of the inning. Delaney steps in here. He lost his on-base streak yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader. First pitch swung on a miss there for strike 1. And had gone through every game this season that he had played in, and then just missed it yesterday. He played in a grand total of 15 games, so a 14-game on-base streak that he was working on, now down to 0. It resets for him, and he looks to try and get going in that leadoff spot. 1-1, the pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads over towards the shortstop there in Dixon, who takes his throw in time there to first to Rodriguez Costa for the out. And let's take a peek at the Tarpskunks around the horn. It's Eric Weeks at third. James Dixon's the shortstop. Jackson Enders, he's at second. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa is at first. In the outfield, it's C.J. Dugan, Grant Moore, and Nate Muncy from left to right. And doing the catching is Branson Linkvist for Eli Bryant. So 1 out now for the Tarpskunks. As up to bat comes Nick Spanner. In that second game, was able to score a couple runs on a pair of singles. 1-0 count now incoming to him on first pitch. As he gets in here and looks to bring this one forward. The pitch, that one's outside. Good grab there by Linkvist. Just kicks up the dirt here at home plate. 2-0 count now incoming. Tarpskunks were able to score 3 in the top half of the inning, but that was on just 1 hit. 3 errors by the Pioneers. 2-0, the pitch. That one's fouled away. 2-1. What's interesting is yesterday, the Pioneers did not have a single error in the second game against Newark. Now in this one, more than they had yesterday. As they get ready here. The look down comes from Bryant as he gets set. 2-1, the pitch, that one outside. 3-1 now incoming for Nick Spanner, who has been the extra hater DH for multiple games now in a row. Traditionally a catcher for this squad. 3-1, the pitch. That one is at high and foul. So now it goes to a full count. And for this doubleheader, the catchers will be Jones and Dubek for the Pioneers. Dubek caught in game 2 yesterday. Jones caught in game 1. So they run him back approximately the same lineup, just a little bit of tweaks here and there with Esley. As the pitch comes in, that one swung and a miss there for strike 3. First punch out of the day comes for Eli Bryant on a full count. Now coming up is going to be Brett Baker. And Brett Baker, he's gotten on in 20 games in a row. Looking to try and continue that here against Bryant and try and get the first base runner for the Pioneers in this contest. Bryant gets the sign, he throws. Baker will take first pitch upstairs for ball 1. And Brett Baker has just been an on-base machine for the Elmira Pioneers. He now leads the team in batting average. It's been changing almost every single day, but his on-base percentage is 55.43. That one goes for a strike. 54.3% of the time he gets on. It's now a 1-1 coming for Baker. And he has just been absolutely slugging. If you take OPS, which is a mixture of both slugging and on-base percentage, he's looking in a 1,100 range. 11.25 to be more specific That is absolutely outstanding. Once again, for those who are not aware, on OPS, the pitch down there low, it's going to be a 2-2. Generally, you see the top echelon of hitters in the major leagues go around that 900 range, 900 to 1,000. So Brett Baker is outpacing those with just how dominant he's been. 2-2 count now. Bryant looks down and gets the sign. Jamestown in their black and white pinstripes today. The pitch, that one's upstairs. Looked like he was trying to go with a fastball in there, but might have slipped off a little bit wrong. He'll dust his hands off in the dirt. It's now a full count. Eli Bryant getting ready here from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. That one in there for strike three. Baker thought that he had the walk, but will be sent down on strikes looking. That's strike number 3, the second punch out of the day for Bryant. And we head to the top half of the second. Pioneers not able to score. Jamestown looks to add on to their lead. It's 3-0 here from historic Dunfield. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you. Top 2, Branston Linkvist now steps up to the plate for the Tarpskunks, who currently lead 3-0. Lucas Rylander on the mound. That one swung on first pitch. It's going to hit off the line. It's going to be a fair ball. It bounces towards left corner of the field. Moving on over towards second base is going to be Linkvist, and he's going to have himself a double on the first pitch swinging for the Tarpskunks. What a big swing there from Linkvist, and that there will go as his 4th double on the season. Way to start things off. What I was about to mention was, so the 3 runs came in there for the Tarpskunks. None of them will be earned against Lucas Rylander. So man on second base here in the top half of the second inning. Up to bat comes the 10-hole hitter and Jackson Enders. He's playing second base today. First pitch from Rylander to the batter goes inside for ball 1. That was a big one there from Linkvist. That one just bounced off the chalk and allowed him to just move along the path. Gingrich had to get over there. That one's fouled away. It's always a difficult spot there with Davis playing back, and that one just hit into a spot where it seemed very close, as if it could have curved foul. Tarpskunks able to get a man on. 1-1 count now incoming. Here, the pitch. That one is going to go for a ball, 2-1. 7-inning contest in the West Division here for the doubleheader. Other games happening around the league today include the games between Geneva and Niagara Falls. That's happening right now. The pitch, that one's hit high into the air, heads towards right center field. Delaney shifts on over. He makes the grab. No tag-up attempt comes in. That's going to be the first out here of the top half of the second. So one down. In Niagara Falls, it is 3-0 Geneva lead. Geneva took the lead in terms of the standings over Niagara Falls today. So trying to keep that lead intact. It's very often you see with these teams in the doubleheaders that they end up getting split. No matter the level of competition, it's very hard to sweep a doubleheader. Newark was not able to do so yesterday against the Pioneers off the back of Brennan Hayes. As I mentioned, now top of the order, it's Grant Moore stepping up for the second time through the order, following the fly out towards Caleb Delaney and Wright. Moore walked his first time up and made it all the way home for the first run for the Tarpskunks. That one's up high, 2-0. And Grant Moore looks to try and end another run here on the board for them. As Rylander gets set. The pitch comes in. That one's hit hard. It heads over towards Astley. Astley's not able to make the grab. Just a hard-hitting ball. Moore's going to move on over towards first, head towards second, but run back on over. And it'll be an RBI single coming in for Grant Moore to make this a 4-0 ball game. Grant Moore with his 14th RBI on the season comes in there. It is now 4-0 Tarpskunks. Great job by Moore watching the ball and running back towards first base to not try and get beat out there at second. A single coming in there, the third hit of the day for them. The pitch, that one's hit hard there. It's a liner right towards Esley, who makes the grab and throws on over to first for the double play and gets the final out. So the double play ball there off the bat of Eric Weeks gets the out on the 6-3, and that will do it. It's 4-0 Jamestown lead. We head to the bottom half of the second. Pioneers look to try and get their bats hot. Tyler Adamo will now step up for the Pioneers. It's 4-0 here from historic Dunfield in Elmira, New York. The first meeting between these two teams in Jamestown and Elmira. One of the 4 meetings they were scheduled to have this season. This would have been number 3, but the first 2 ended up getting postponed. So now, here it goes. First pitch from Bryant, who was dominant in the first inning. That one goes for a strike. He had 2 strikeouts against Nick Spanner and against Brett Baker, both of which came on full counts. Trying to see what Adamo can do. The cleanup man in the lineup, that one goes for a strike. On deck from him is Tyson Gingrich, the left fielder. As Adamo gets ready to go. 0-2, the pitch. That one is going to be outside. 1-2. Anthony Labonte taking you through this doubleheader here from Elmira, New York. Once again, 7 innings for each doubleheader game. The pitch, that one's fouled away. It's going to remain 1-2. Pioneers played a doubleheader yesterday on the 4th of July against Newark. They split that one. Newark took game 1 6-3, and then Pioneers took game 2 5-0 off the back of Brennan Hayes to give Coach Drum his 200th win on the season. That one's too high, 2-2. 200th win on his career, excuse me, with the Pioneers. Trying to get 201 today, if not 202. But his bats need to get active. A 4-0 lead by Jamestown. They've scored in both innings so far. That one swung and a miss there for strike 3. That's the third punch out of the day by Eli Bryant. And he has looked very strong so far against the Elmira Pioneers. And now coming up is going to be Tyson Gingrich as he gets ready to go. Just a week ago, he had a home run over the right field wall in Niagara Falls in their 13-0 win. As right now, Bryant delivers. That one's hit hard, and it's going to go right down the middle. It's going to be a hit coming in for Tyson Gingrich. That's going to be the first hit of the day for the Pioneers on a comebacker. So one man on now as Jack Aylward will step up to the plate. And Jack Aylward so far this season, 3 home runs have been the big factor for him. All have come on the road. Still trying to get his first one at home. It's his white whale so far this season as he steps in. Look over here. Gingrich gets his lead at first. Bryant delivers. That one swung and a miss there. Just behind that is going to be Aylward for strike number 1. 0-1 count now. Bryant gets set. He looks, he deals. That one gonna float right into the top corner of the zone on the breaking ball. Took a second there before the call was given. 0-2 count now. Pioneers with 1 hit on the day. That came off the bat of Tyson Gingrich. 0-2 the pitch. That one too high. 1-2. 1-2 count now as Bryant looks down. 3 strikeouts so far today. His total on the season entering today was 5. So almost at that mark to double his number. 1-2 the pitch. That one swung on a miss there for strike number 3. That'll be his 4th strikeout of the day. What a great outing so far from him. Second out now as coming up is going to be Ryan Gabbianelli. Trying to move Tyson Gingrich. Not leave another man stranded. That was the problem in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, was the Pioneers numerous times left men on. And as well as that game in Batavia, where they had an opportunity with bases loaded, could not score anybody. 2 outs here for Gabbianelli. First pitch, that one low. Ball 1. 1-0 count now coming towards the first baseman in this contest. Gabbianelli, this is his 16th game that he had started in. He's batting .255 on the season. And has 4 doubles on the year. The pitch from Bryant, that one, did he go? They said he did. It's going to be a strike. Not able to hold up on the check swing. 1-1. Got him to chase. There is Bryant. Looks down towards Linkvist for the sign. The pitch, that one, he swings again. So back-to-back times, Bryant has gone towards the outside of the plate, and Ryan Gabbianelli has swung. And trying to hold it up, but not able to do so. 1-2, the pitch, that one, trying to get bottom corner, no good. It's going to be 2-2. Apologize once again for any background noise. The fans are on here in the press box. Although it's not as hot, it's still going to be humid, as that one looked like it hit off of Gabbianelli, but we'll see what they say, because over on second base now is Gingrich. No rule there. 3-2 count now incoming. So stolen pass ball there leads to Gingrich moving to second base. Now, full count. This is where Brian has succeeded. The pitch, that one, outside corner, strike 3. Gabbianelli can't believe it. That'll be the 5th strikeout of the day by Eli Bryant. He matches his season number of 5 punch-outs, and that'll do it for the bottom half of the second. We head to the top of the third. Jamestown leads 4-0 over the Elmira Pioneers. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top of the third incoming here for Lucas Rylander, as it's 4-0 Jamestown lead. Up to bat now comes Nolan Smith, who grounded out his last time up. That went over towards second base, towards Tyler Adamo. As first pitch there is going to be hit hard towards foul territory. Davis will run back for that one, but it'll be well too far off. Will be for strike number 1. And so the outside corner today was the big factor for Bryant to get the strikeouts, as he has 5 on the day. Lucas Rylander remains on this mound. He does not have one yet. But a great job from his defense in the last half inning, especially by Manny Esley, to make a grab on a line drive that he was able to throw back over to first for the double play. Trying to go with a hit and run was Jamestown. 0-1, the pitch. That one's hit hard. It heads towards right field. Backing up for that one is Delaney, but it'll go over his head. It hits off the Weiss Market sign in right field. Moving on over towards second base, and a double comes in for Nolan Smith. So once again, the leadoff man gets on by way of the double, just as it did in the last one with Linkvist. So man on second here in the top of the third. Jamestown already leads 4-0. They've scored in every inning this game so far. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Up to bat now comes James Dixon, who had the E6 earlier that got him on. Looked like it could have been a hit, but ruled as an E6, says that the throw would have beaten him, but he swings on that one, and it goes a little bit too early on it. It heads foul towards left side. Dixon was able to score a run there. Weeks scored the first one with Grant Moore, and then Dixon scored the second run in the first inning. We continue to work here. 0-1 count. Rylander gets set. the deal. That one goes inside for a strike, hits the inside corner. So the corners right now are working incredibly well for these pitchers. So Rhinelander is going to look to try and use them. Pioneers, this will be their 4th game in 3 days. This one right now, the next one would be their 5th game, and that one's in there for strike 3. James Dixon gets caught looking there on strike number 3, and that's the first punch out by Lucas Rhinelander here in 1 down. Now up to bat comes Nate Muncie, who walked his first time up. He gets ready to go. The hit differential right now, 5-1 in favor of Jamestown, as they lead this one 4-0. The pitch comes in, and that one, trying to get the outside corner, not able to do so. Jones tries to frame it up. No good. It's going to remain 1-0. Lucas Rhinelander, so far on the year, has thrown a grand total of 9 strikeouts. That last one, his 10th. 1-0 the pitch. That one's upstairs. So hits the double-digit marks on the season. Once again, Rhinelander is normally coming out of the pen, generally used as one of those long relievers. 2-0 count now, incoming. Looking towards Nate Muncie. 2-0 the pitch. That one. Check swing. Did he go? They appeal down. They say no good. It's going to be a 3-0 count now. Count. Rhinelander steps back on the mound. He looks down. The pitch. That one. Down low, ball 4. 4-pitch walk comes in for Nate Muncie. And now it's the man on second, man on first with just 1 out here. And up to bat will now be Paul Delento. He gets ready to go. Steps in, he flew out towards left field last time he was up. And gets ready now to go here. First pitch, that one swinging there for a strike. Just goes too early for Delento. 0-1 count. Trying to see if he can move along his base runners. So far on the season, Delento has 12 RBIs. And tries to continue here. 0-1 the pitch. That one's well out in the other box. 1-1. So Rhinelander, when he's done well right now, is he's been able to adjust his own zone to what the umpire is calling. That's what makes a great pitcher, is being able to recognize where the pitches are getting called and being able to adjust your ways towards that section. That's why he's been trying to go with the outside corner. 1-1 pitch. That one's upstairs. 2-1. Count now incoming as Delento steps back in. The extra hitter for this contest. Once again, the PGCBL allows for an extra hitter. 2-1 the pitch. That one's inside. So rosters generally go with 10 batters and don't have the man on the mound try and hit. But a 3-1 count now coming in for Delento. Man on second, man on first. It's Nolan Smith who had a double, and it's Nate Muncie on first after his walk on 4 pitches. The throw on the 3-1, that one will go for another walk. So now the bases are completely loaded for Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, who had an RBI single earlier in this contest. The first hit of the day for the Jamestown Tarpskunks. And with the bases loaded, out comes Coach Burkhan to talk to his man on the mound. And for the Pioneers, it's going to be how do you attack against this left-handed slugger in Rodriguez Costa. As he steps up. He's entered in today batting .250. with an on-base percentage of .353. Total of 12 RBIs, make that 13 on the season. And he's going to try and get things moving along as he's got men on every single base. So a force out anywhere for the Pioneers to try and take if they get one on the ground. Steps in now. Just one out. Rylander gets set. Pitch comes in, and that one goes in towards the knees. It's going to be ball one. And so how they play on bases loaded situation is they have the corner infield play a little bit further in, and then the middle infield play a little bit back. 1-0, the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. So even exchange 1 for 1 puts it now at 6 on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Trying to hold off Jamestown to a goose egg in their first inning of this game. Top of the third. The pitch. That one swung on there. It heads towards right center field. Going for that one is going to be Delaney and Baker, but it's going to split in between them. 1 run will score. Another one will go. The ball hits off the fence by the Duncan sign. Giving the wave on over towards home. Looking for a bases clearing double, and he has it. Delanto gets home, Muncy gets home, and Smith gets home. A bases clearing double for Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, who now has 4 RBIs on the day and puts the lead up to 7. It is 7-0 Jamestown here in the top of the third inning with just 1 out and a man on second base. What a swing there by the man playing first base in this contest. As Dugan now steps up. First pitch comes in. That one's inside, 1-0. So getting ready now. 1-0 count now incoming. The pitch, that one in there for a strike, 1 for 1. Was that 1-1 that then led to the double last time. As the bullpen for Pioneers starts to populate. Rylander kicks and deals. That one swung foul. No one specifically getting loose right now for the Pioneers. Yesterday, just 1 relief pitcher came out for them. That was Cannon Van Duzer in the first game against Newark. He came in replacement of Kevin Proccio. Hayes was able to go to a complete game. That's a big factor when you have 5 games in 3 days. 1-2, the pitch. That one's low. 2-2. Jamestown has scored in every single inning so far. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. And we're still in it. 2-2 count. Rylander kicks and deals. That one swung on the ground. It'll go foul, though. Swung a little bit too hard. That goes curling towards the left side. There is Dugan. It's going to remain a 2-2 count. Pioneers look to try and get another out here. Just 1 so far in this top half of the inning. Rylander gets ready and gets set. Pitch comes in. Running there is going to be the man as the throw goes over to Davis, and it's going to be in time there for the out. Catches Costa stealing. That pitch, though, was inside. It's going to be a 3-2 count. So second out comes in there. Now just 1 strike away from getting out of this top half of the third. Now no men on. Getting ready to go. Jamestown gets ready. Rylander gets set. He kicks and deals on the payoff pitch. That one swung hard, heads towards right field. Delaney's running for that one. It's going to go over his head, though, and hit off the Hilliard sign in right field. It's going to be moving on over towards second base there. It is another double for the Tarpskunks. Back-to-back hits. Unfortunately, the caught stealing does not allow them to score. 6 hits on the day for Jamestown. As now it's a man back on second base, and Branston Linkvist will step up. He had a double earlier today. That was his first swing of the bat on the first pitch. That started off the second inning. There is going to be a man warming up in the bullpen for the Pioneers. Rylander gets set. That one's fouled away. Get you more concerned when we see. That one there goes for strike one. So it's an 0-1 count now incoming here in Linkvist. The catcher in this contest. Man on second base there, and Dugan. Bitch, that one swung and a miss there for strike two. 0-2 count now incoming. Getting ready to go. Getting set is Rylander. He kicks and deals. That one's in the dirt. Jones does a good job blocking. It'll go now 1-2. 1-2 count now incoming for the Pioneers. So you get ready. Rylander gets set. The kick and deal. That one's in the ground foul. There. Looking out into the bullpen. The man that was warming up looked like it was Thomas Cheplik, who was getting warm out there. 1-2 it remains here for Linkvist. The pitch, that one is swung on a miss. That's in the dirt. And it's thrown over towards first for the out. So second strikeout comes there for Lucas Rylander. We head to the bottom half of the third. The Tarpskunks score 3. It is 7-0 over the Pioneers. They get ready to get the bets going here on Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Throwdown comes in. Alex Davis gets ready to work for the Pioneers as Bryant remains on the mound. He got his 5th punch out in the last inning, and that was on 3 strikeouts he got there to get the 3 outs. 1 hit did come in. That was a single by Tyson Gingrich. Now Davis gets ready to go. Just 1 hit in this contest by the Pioneers. First pitch comes into Davis. He swings on that one. It's going to go for a strike. So 0-1 count coming in towards him. Playing at third base here today. Pitch comes. That one is going to go for a strike. And for Alex Davis, he's batting .304 this season with 17 hits, 7 of which have been for extra bases. 0-2 now incoming. Bryant gets set. He delivers. That one's in the dirt. Going to go outside for a ball. Hold up there by Davis. Pitch in the other batter's box. 1-2. Tarpskunks 17-7-1 on the season. They tied yesterday with Niagara Ironbacks. That one's fouled away. In the PGCBL, with the games, each game was only allowed just one extra inning in it. So if it's a 9-inning game, you get your 10th. Doubleheader like we saw last Sunday, you get your 8th. And puts a ghost runner on second for both sides. 1-2. The pitch, that one fouled away there. So neither team able to get enough runs to go ahead in that 10th inning yesterday. Puts the tie on the board. There have been just 2 ties this season in the PGCBL. The first one in the West came there. The other one came with a game with Amsterdam. And got that one when they were going up and taking on their rivals in the East Division, and of course being Oneonta. The pitch, that one, trying to get the corner, not able to do so. It's going to be a 2-2. Pioneers in their last 10 games are just 4 for 6. Jamestown 7-2-1. That one's fouled away. And it was difficult in terms of the games that they have played against Batavia. They have many against Auburn. Now games against Jamestown. 2-2 for Davis. He looks to get something going here, and that one fouls away. And in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It remains a 2-2 count. Have to see what Linkvis will give as a sign towards Eli Bryant to try and work this batter. He gets ready now. The pitch, that one, trying to hit the corner, no good, just a little low on the fastball. The count is now completely full here for Davis. Full count has been where Bryant's worked so heavily. 3-2, the pitch, that one outside ball 4. First walk of the day coming for the Pioneers off Alex Davis, who's able to fight off there. Went down 0-2, came back and is now on base. Now Ryan Jones will step up to the plate for the Pioneers. And he looks to get ready to go in this one. The catcher in this contest, he played in the first game against Newark just yesterday. And he steps up to the plate looking against Bryant. Alex Davis over at first. He gets his lead. That one swung on there by Jones. Heads towards center field. Backing up for that one. And making the grab on the run there is Moore for the first out on first pitch swinging. An F8 for those scoring at home. And now coming up is going to be Manny Esley. Esley played in the second game yesterday against the Newark Pilots. And in that second game, Esley was able to get a double on his first at-bat. Trying to see if he can replicate that one here. Move Davis along, potentially put the first run on the board for the Pioneers. They trail by 7. The pitch, that one's hit high in the air, heads towards right center field. Tracking over for that one is going to be Muncie, who makes the grab and gets the out. So 2 pitches, 2 outs. No more efficient you can be if you're Eli Bryant. And now coming up is going to be Caleb Delaney to go back to the top of the lineup. Hit one on the ground his first time up. It was a 6-3. Trying to see if he can move Davis along and potentially score a run for the Pioneers. It would have to be on a swinging play, though. Bryant gets set, gets a sign from Linkvis. The throw, that one's outside. 1-0. So Delaney will see more than just one pitch in his at-bat here. As he gets ready. Throw back over towards first base. Going to be in time. Back there at first is Davis. Caleb Delaney from Rowan College of South Jersey. And he is of West Deptford, New Jersey. Batting .400 so far this season. That one goes for a strike. 1-1. And with 2 outs here, you wonder how aggressive Delaney will be. Coach Drum gives the signs over from third base. The pitch comes in, and that one swung and a miss there for a strike. It's going to be a 1-2 now. Pitcher's count coming in here. Bryant trying to get the third out of the inning and maybe even get his 6th strikeout on the season, or on the game. The pitch, that one is hit hard but foul. Right off the end of the bat. Delaney was going to be scorching down the base path if that one landed in fair territory. And he has ready to go. 1-2 count. A pitch comes in, and that one's low. Good slide there by Linkvis. 2-2. Back on the rubber goes Bryant. First half of the doubleheader here. Jamestown has scored in every inning so far. 2-2, the pitch. That one swung in the air, foul. Heads over off the roof of the stands. Here at historic Dunfield Municipal Stadium. Wind right now blowing out towards right field. Get ready to go. Look down and get set. Linkvis sets up towards the left outside corner of the plate. The pitch, that one is fouled back. Going right to that zone, but Delaney's able to battle off. Good have been so far from him to keep fighting. 2-2 count incoming. The pitch, that one is hit on the ground, heads over towards the third baseman, but it'll get past him. A single comes in for Caleb Delaney, and that puts the second hit on the board for the Pioneers and moves the man along. Davis is now at second base. Caleb Delaney moves over towards first, and that's what happens when you get those long at-bats. You're able to capitalize on a mistake, and that's what Delaney does. Nick Spanner will now step up. He struck out his last time up. Trying now is when he comes up with runners on, he does a great job at getting the singles that allow them to score. So with Davis on second in scoring position, trying to get the first run on the board. The pitch, that one's in on the ground. It heads over towards the shortstop there in Dixon, who throws it on over towards second base in time for the out, hitting his man and enders. So third out comes in there. No one's able to score. A hit gets on the board. It is 7-0 Jamestown lead here from historic Dunfield in Elmira, New York. When we return, Jamestown goes back up to bat in the top half of the fourth. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. It's going to be a new pitcher for the Pioneers. It's Thomas Cheplik now stepping up in replacement of Lucas Rylander, who ended up going 3 innings there. 4 earned runs against him. 7 scored on the board, though, for the Jamestown Tarpskunks, and they have scored in every single inning so far in this one. Anthony Labonte taking you through this doubleheader here today from Elmira, New York, between the Jamestown Tarpskunks and the Elmira Pioneers. 6 hits so far by Jamestown. 3 errors by the Pioneers defensively. Cheplik steps in here, coming in relief now of Rylander. And on the season, for Thomas Cheplik, he comes in for his 4th appearance. He has thrown a grand total of 5 2/3 innings, where he's been able to strike out 5 with a 7.94 ERA. And coming up to bat is going to be Jackson Enders for Jamestown as they get very close to, and will be able to do so, get to the top of their order for the 3rd time today. Here. Cheplik's first pitch. That one swung on by Enders, going towards Esley. Esley makes the grab in the outfield, tries to make a hard throw over. That's a difficult play. That's going to be a hit. So a single comes in there for the man in Jackson Enders. Tough ball there for the Jamestown man and for Manny Esley. As that one will go. He's trying to make a Jeter-like play, Manny Esley did there in the outfield. Just not able to do so. So first man gets on here. As the first pitch goes in there towards the top of the order in Grant Moore for a ball. It's a 1-0 count, man on first base. Next pitch, that one's hit high and towards the outfield. Dropping in there is going to be for Gingrich. That's going to be the first out. So out number 1 comes in there. Remaining on first base will be Enders. Sixth end of the day for Jamestown. Comes in there. Is up to bat now. Comes Eric Weeks, who is 0 for 2 on the day. He swings on first pitch there. That one goes towards left center field. It's going back there, and it's going to hit it off the Skyworks sign right there at the top of the wall. He gets a foot higher, and that's maybe a home run. Going on over to score now is going to be the man in Enders. It's an RBI double coming in there for Eric Weeks, and that gives them an 8-0 lead over the Elmira Pioneers. Just one big swing there. Now another one scores. 8-0, second RBI on the day for Weeks. As now up to bat comes Nolan Smith. He doubled in the 3rd to start things off. 7th hit of the day for the Tarpskunks. That one's in there for a ball. 1-0. Zing getting ready here. Cheplik steps and deals. That one's outside. 2-0 now. And for Jamestown, they continue to hit the stitches off this baseball. That last one went up towards the Skyworks sign in left center field and came just maybe a foot off from being a home run. That one goes for a strike. 2-1 count. Cheplik steps and deals. That one is in the dirt. Jones does a good job with the grab. 3-1 now. And for the Tarpskunks, they have just continued to go here. They entered in today with a .273 batting average. A slugging percentage of just .363, but right now, so far on the day, more than half of their hits, just 2 of them, so 5 of theirs have been doubles. That one goes in there for a strike. It's going to be a full count. 5 of their 7 hits have been extra base hits. And 8 runs having scored for them. Full count. The pitch, that one outside, ball 4. So Nolan Smith gets on by a walk. It's now a man on first, a man on second for James Dixon, who steps up here. He struck out his last time up. Watch strike 3 go past him. And now he'll go with 2 men on, trying to bring home another run. He was a part of an RBI earlier. Here. Dixon gets ready to go. Cheplik gets set. The pitch, that one's hit on the ground and is going to break in between first and second. 1 run will end up scoring here from second base. Slide on down towards third base. Ball goes past Alex Davis. It's an RBI single for James Dixon that scores Eric Weeks. Another run on the board for the Tarpskunks. It is now 9-0 over the Elmira Pioneers, and they have gotten yet another hit on this one. Man on first, man on third. Here for Jamestown, as up to bat comes Nate Muncy, who's walked twice today. Nine hits. Here, that one outside 1-0. And Jamestown now with 9 hits in the contest. To Elmira's 2, a 9-0 lead. The pitch, that one is swung on there. Running forward second base there and getting a stolen bag there is going to be Dixon. Esley steps in front in case of an attempted double steal. So now it's man on third, man on second. 1-1 count coming in. Good throw there by Jones. 1-1, the pitch. That one's hit on the ground. It heads towards the right side, and it bounces off the bag. An unlucky bounce off the first baseman's bag, heads towards right field. It's going to be a 2-run single incoming for Nate Muncy. There's nothing that you can do if you're Ryan Gabbianelli. That's just a bad hop that scores 2 runs. It is now 11-0 Jamestown over Elmira. Following that one. Still just 1 out here in the top half of the 4th. Following the pitching change. Throw back over towards first base. Not going to be in time. 11-0 Jamestown lead. The throw comes in there. That one's hit hard there by Paul Delanto. It's another single. It is back-to-back hits for the Tarpskunks. Scores another run. Correction, just moves the man over. So now it's a man on first, man on second for the Tarpskunks. 11-0 over the Elmira Pioneers. Just 1 out. Up to bat now comes Joaquin Rodriguez-Costa, who had a bases-clearing double his last time up. Back in the 3rd. That pitch outside, ball 1. The most runs scored in innings so far by the Jamestown Tarpskunks have been 4 runs in this inning, the top half of the 4th. They scored 3 in the 3rd, they scored 1 in the 2nd, and 3 in the 1st. That one outside 2-0. Getting ready now. Cheplik gets set. The pitch, that one swung on the ground there, heads over towards Gabbianelli. He's going to go past the glove. It's going to move a man over to third, and he's going to get sent on home. The throw comes in towards second base. It is now 12-0 Tarpskunks. On his way home there goes the runner in Nate Muncy. Joaquin Rodriguez gets an RBI single. So 4 hits in a row for the Tarpskunks now make this a 12-0 ball game. Big swing of the bat there by Costa, who now is 3 for 3 on the day. A double and 2 singles. He's got 5 RBIs, and up to bat comes C.J. Dugan, who is 1 for 2. He had a double back in the third. First pitch, that one swung on there, heads towards center field, and it looks like the dive comes in by Brett Baker. It does not come. That's going to be a hit coming in for the Jamestown Tarpskunks. 1 run will score. They'll hold up Costa at third base. It's going to be a double. That was a hard play for Brett Baker to try and make there in left center field. He's not able to do so. A double comes in there. Yet another double for the Jamestown Tarpskunks. It is 13-0. Still just 1 out here in the top half of the fourth. 6 runs have been scored by the team as they hold on for a second. Dugan tying the shoe here. It's going to be a check to see if he's all right. Taking a second here. It's going to be a discussion about there as he gets the gloves from the man who just hit the double in Dugan. Now the last man who has not stepped up in this inning, Branson Linkvist, comes to the plate. The catcher, who is 1 for 2 on the day, he has a double. 13-0 lead in favor of Jamestown. The pitch, that one's hit on the ground, heading over towards Davis. Davis will attack that one. He takes his steps, he throws on over to first, and it's going to not be in time. They rule that Linkvist is safe. A single comes in there, an RBI single at that. It is now 14-0 Tarpskunks over the Elmira Pioneers here at historic Dunn Field. Men now on the corners. A very close play there at first base. Does not go in favor of Elmira. Still just 1 out. Jones gives out the sign in case of a double steal attempt. 7 runs have scored in the top half of the fourth. The Tarpskunks match their runs and hits. 14. Pioneers just with 2. And that one's hit back over there. Enders will get another hit on the day. It's a single coming in, an RBI single. It is now 15-0. Tarpskunks lead. They have just been hitting this baseball hard this entire one. Now the man coming up is going to be the man who starts off the lineup, Grant Moore, who came up earlier this inning and was responsible for that first out. Hepler gets his sign from Jones. The pitch, that one, low, 1-0. So far on the day, Grant Moore is 1 for 2 with a walk. The pitch, that one in there, but going to be low again. 2-0 count. Sheplik gets set. He throws. That one swung on, foul there. It's going to be 2-1. A 15-0 lead the Tarpskunks have over the Elmira Pioneers. Throw. That one goes down low and goes past Jones, moving over towards third base and towards second. Will be in Linkvist and in Enders. So then you just move along the base path. It's now a 3-1 count incoming. Jeplik gets set. And he delivers on the 3-1. That one is swung foul. It's now a full count. Rainiander warming up in the bullpen for the Pioneers. Zing getting ready. That one will go ball 4 for a walk. Bases are now completely loaded. Bases loaded coming in now for the next batter in Eric Weeks, who had a double that scored a run earlier in this inning. He gets ready to go. Just 1 out so far. First pitch outside, ball 1. 15-0, Jamestown lead. Bases completely loaded. Third base currently has Linkvis. Enders is on second. First base is currently occupied by Grant Moore following his walk. That one goes low, ball 2. It was 7 back-to-back hits by Jamestown, broken up by that last walk. It's a 2-1 count now, incoming. Cheplick steps and delivers. That one swung and a miss there for strike 2. Trying to get the second out of the inning here. Top half of the 4th. It's set. The pitch. That one swung on foul. There. Back on the rubber goes Cheplick. 2-2 count. The pitch. That one's in the dirt. Goes past Jones. No run coming in there from Linkvis. Jones able to make a run for that one and getting a good grab on it. The count now back to completely full, just it was as it was before against Grant Moore, where he was walked. Full count. Cheplick gets his sign from Jones. He gets set. The pitch, that one is swung high and foul. Hits off the roof of the stands. In full count, the ball boy will go on over to give some new baseballs to the home plate umpire. 15-0 Pios lead. The pitch, that one swung hard there, heads towards left field. Back for that one is Gingrich, who makes the grab, and running on home is going to be Linkvis. Moving on over towards third base, and going to get on in there is Enders. Trying to get the tag there was Davis, ball not squeezed in. So tag up there, it's now 16-0 off the sacrifice fly by Eric Weeks, and Nolan Smith will now come up. 16-0. And they will end this ball game. 16-0. Jamestown, or hold on 1 second. They don't end the ball game here. They rule in his out number 3. They say that's someone win early. And over there, there's a sign, goes the Pioneers. Eli Bryant will now step back up. It is 16-0. Jamestown lead over Elmira. There. And we will step aside here on the Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network. Up to bat comes Brett Baker. So on that last one, I got a little clarification. It was what happened was it was going to be a sacrifice fly, but what ended up happening was the man on second base there went too early. So the throw back over towards second caused the force out, double play, waiting to see an official scoring decision on that one. As Brett Baker steps up, that one goes low. Bryant remains on the mound for the Jamestown Tarpskunks here. 1-0 count. As Brett Baker looks to try and get things through. Tarpskunks have 15 hits on the day. Pioneers just 2. The pitch, that one's hit hard, and that's going to be hit number 3 for the Pioneers and Brett Baker. He gets a single on there to get on base for yet another game in a row. Man on first base for the Pioneers. And coming up now is Tyler Adamo. And you have to wonder, just with the amount of runs that were scored there and the amount of offense, how does that affect in Eli Bryant? Because it takes so long for him to come off and come back on the mound. That one gets ready. The pitch comes by Bryant. That one's hit high in the air towards center field. Going back for that one is going to be Moore. He gets underneath it and makes it a can of corn. 0-1 comes in there. Buying the fly out by Tyler Adamo. Now coming up is going to be Tyson Gingrich, who had that out on the fly there last time. Jamestown leads right now by double digits. Waiting to see if it is 16 or 15 due to that was double play. You'd think with the force out it would be 15. We're still waiting on confirmation. Calls happening between statisticians of leagues and our statistician, Ethan Franklin. 1-0. The pitch, that one's outside. It's 2-0 now. Two-zero count incoming for Tyson Gingrich. He had a single back in the second inning. Adamo was flying out towards center field. The pitch, that one is hit foul. It's going to be 2-1. So we'll wait here. Gingrich gets set. So does Bryant. He looks down. He kicks. He deals. That one is swung on the ground and heads towards the outfield. That's going to be another hit for Gingrich. That's going to be a single for him. His second single of the day here. And it moves on Baker towards second base. And up to bat comes now Jack Ilward. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. And as he gets up towards the right-handed batter's box. So Ilward gets ready here. Bryant looks down towards his catcher for the first pitch. Second base occupied by Brett Baker. First base by Gingrich. That one swung on a miss there for strike number 1. 0-1 count now incoming with just 1 out. Pioneers able to get 2 hits so far in this bottom half of the 4th inning. Getting set is man on the mound. Bryant, he throws. That one's in the dirt and it gets past Lindqvist. Baker's going to move on over towards third base. Second base now has Gingrich. So it advances the runners on the pass ball. Man on second, man on third. 1-1 count for Aylward. Stepping back up now. Aylward following that pass ball. Bryant looks on down towards his catcher. It's set and throws. The pitch, that one's going to run inside. It's 2-1. for Aylward, looking for his pitch to try and get a rope with this baseball. 2-1 count. The throw, and that one's outside. 3-1 count. And so the Pioneers have let up 15 runs through 4 innings so far. Trying to see if they can mount a comeback. 3-1, the pitch. That one's upstairs, ball 4. So bases are now completely loaded. Jack Aylward will get on via walk. And up to bat will come Ryan Gabbianelli to try and get a piece of it and move this one forward. He struck out last time looking on a full count. And he looked to be inside. Could have been ball 4. Now he gets ready to go. It was a meeting on the mound between the catcher and the pitcher, Brian and Linkvis. Here goes. 1 out here for Gabbianelli, trying to put the first runs on the board for the Pioneers. Currently sitting with 0. Brian gets set to deliver. Pitch comes in. Gabbianelli swings on that one. Hell into the outfield. 1 run will at least score for the Pioneers on the RBI single. Hold up there of Tyson Gingrich. It is now 15-1 here. Pioneers get their first run of the day. Now coming up is going to be Alex Davis following the RBI single by Ryan Gabbianelli. Davis walked his first time up. As right now it's a lefty warming up for the Tarpskunks. First pitch coming to Davis. He swings on that one for a strike. 0-1 count. 0-1, 1 out. Bases loaded. Pioneers scored 1 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The pitch, that one. They ask if he swung. The second base umpire says he does. So does the home plate umpire. 0-2 count now coming for Alex Davis. Trying to see if he can send some men home. Tyson Gingrich is on third. Jack Aylward's on second. First base has Ryan Gabbianelli. The pitch, that one is in there, strike 3. So a 3-pitch strikeout comes in for Bryant. And that one there will be yet another strikeout on the day for him. That's going to be grand total number 6. So he has doubled his season total and gone above that. He entered into today with just 5 strikeouts, now sits with 11. Ryan Jones steps up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out towards center field where Moore was able to grab that one on a running play. Here goes. The pitch, that one's outside. 1-0. So Ryan Jones looking to try and get a piece of this baseball. Get something popping here for the Pioneers. Ryan Jones on the season, just with 2 hits and 1 RBI. The throw, that one's up high, and the ball will go past the catcher in Linkvis. Wild pitch there, scores another run. It's now 15-2. Jamestown lead as coming on home with Tyson Gingrich. So slowly the Pioneers are able to score a couple runs. Now it's on third is Jack Aylward, and second base has Ryan Gabbianelli. It's a 2-0 count here for Ryan Jones, who steps up. 2-0, Bryant looks down and gets set. A 9-run top half of the inning. The 2-1 the pitch, that one's fouled away. 2-1 now. 8-run top half of the inning for Jamestown. Scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 8 in the fourth. That may change. We're going to Continue to try and get that confirmation on that one. If it is 16 or if it is 15. Right now I have it as 15. We'll wait and see. 2-1. The pitch, that one, outside corner for a strike. Jones holds up. It's now a 2-2 count. Coming up now. Bryant looks down. The bright blue hats of the Tarpskunks. The pitch, that one, in there, strike 3. So 2-run score for the Pioneers, but that will not be able to bring this one back as they are still trailing by 13. It is 15-2. Tarpskunks lead as we head to the top half of the fifth here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. And a new man comes up to pitch for the Pioneers. It's a Liam Schott stepping up now. So they do get the final ruling. It is going to be 15-2 right now due to it being a force out there. So Liam Schott steps on the mound, a two-way player. He's playing as both an outfielder and as a pitcher here, getting ready to go. As going to be the first man up to bat here for the Tarpskunks is Nolan Smith. A 15-2 ball game. 15 hits so far by the Tarpskunks in the first half of this doubleheader. If the Tarpskunks have a 12-run lead by the end of the fifth, this game would end in a run rule. First pitch there outside. Ball 1. Liam Schott playing at SUNY Corning by Mansfield, Pennsylvania. That next pitch goes there for a ball. It's going to be a 2-0 count. Shotgun set. He delivers. That one runs inside. 3-0. So it's a 3-0 count coming in. Mitch, that one's going to be missing the zone. It's ball 4. So man goes on here. And Nolan Smith. Man on first, no outs, top half of the 5th. Liam Schott lets up a walk to start things off. So there is another arm warming up right now for the Pioneers. So right-hander. Up to Matt. Comes James Dixon. Dixon is 1 for 3 on the day. That one goes high, almost in the helmet, but knocking down there is Dixon. It's going to be a 1-0. And this game started at 2 o'clock, 2:01 to be specific. We hit into hour and 39 minutes so far. That one up high. 2-0 now. 15-2, Jamestown lead over the Elmira Pioneers. To get ready to go. Pitch, that one's hit high in foul territory. It'll be a 2-1 count. First strike of the day for Liam Schott. It comes on a foul ball. It's 2-1. First half of the doubleheader here between these two sides. Pitch, that one's at high in the air, head towards right center field. Drifting over for that one is going to be Delaney. Makes a snag and gets the out. Correction, it is a substitution in right field. It's Trevor Reed over in right field. He replaces Caleb Delaney. And now up to bat comes Nate Muncy. So Trevor Reed, number 45, comes in to replace Caleb Delaney in right field. In this one, he was pitching the other day in Batavia. Played left field yesterday over in Game 2. 1-0 count now incoming. Second pitch to the at-bat. That one swung on there. Heads towards center field. Baker's going to run for that one. Make the snag. Get the out. There. Correction. Baker actually stepped down. It's Caleb Delaney over in center field. So the outfield, to make this all certain, is left field still has Tyson Gingrich. Center field has Caleb Delaney. Right field has Trevor Reed. They just shifted around where they were sitting at. So now coming up to bat is going to be Paul Delato. Shot throws first pitch. That one's upstairs. So 2 outs coming in here. Some defensive changes by the Pioneers. The infield is still the same. And Davis, Esley, Adamo, and Gamianelli. The pitch, that one outside for a ball. It is now a 2-0 count. 15-2, Tarpskunks lead. That's sad. Liam Schott delivers that one in there for a strike. Calling strike there for him. As now Schott looks down, trying to get the third out here at the top out of the 5th. Have the Pioneers come up. They've got to score another run. A couple runs to stay in this one. Pitch, that one is fouled back. Once again, in the PGCBL, in 7-inning games, like in the doubleheaders, a 12-run lead after 5 ends it. So trying not to get run ruled on the Pioneers. Lucas Rylander started the day off, and Thomas Sheplik stepped in. Now it's Liam Schott, so 3 pitchers so far for the Pioneers. 2-2. The pitch, that one swung foul. Remains a 2-2 count. As we continue to go along here, 15 hits so far by Jamestown. Have not gotten one here. Pioneers trying to hold them to a goose egg for the first time in an inning today. 2-2. The pitch, that one is in the dirt and past Jones. Moving over towards second base there will be Nolan Smith. It's now a man on second base with a full count. So man in scoring position for the Tarpskunks, trying to increase their lead. They currently lead by 13. Getting ready to throw. Shot. Delivers that one. Low. Ball 4. So on to first base goes another man for Jamestown. Elmira now still looking for the last down of the top half of the fifth. With Liam Shaw on the mound. That was Delanto that moved over there on the walk. And now Joaquin Rodriguez Costa steps up. He's 3 for 3 on the day. He's got a grand total of 5 RBIs. 2 outs. Shot. Shoots the head and gets set. Pitch comes in, and that one upstairs. Ball 1. Pioneers continuing here against the Tarpskunks, top of the 5th inning. The pitch, that one hits off the batter, and it's going to be bases loaded now. Hit by pitch comes in there. Bases are now completely loaded for Jamestown, who lead by 13. And up to bat comes C.J. Dugan. Correction, brand new bat coming in for the Tarpskunks. That's going to be Anthony Trommer stepping in here for the left fielder. First pitch coming by Liam Schott. That one outside corner for a strike. And Trommer so far in this season, batting .320. He's played in what's going to be now his 20th game. He started in 15 and gotten 16 hits on the season. 0-1 count. That one will miss. It's a 1-1 now for Liam Schott. Just 1 day removed from the 4th of July, the fireworks and the Tarpskunks have gotten them so many runs on the board. 1-1, the pitch, that one's too high. It's going to be a 2-1. So for Liam Schott, just trying to get out of this inning. No runs scored yet by the Tarpskunks. It's a 2-1 count. The pitch, that one's going to miss there for strike 2. 2-2 count now. As Trommer steps back in. 2-2. The pitch, that one, just a touch high. Full count now incoming for Anthony Trommer, the pinch hitter. As shot gets set. 3-2, the pitch. That one swung high in the air, heads towards left field. Backing up for that one. Looking to try and make the ground there. And doing so is Gingrich for the 3rd out. So down it goes there. No runs scored by Jamestown. It's 15-2. The Pioneers have just 3 outs to work with to try and score 4 runs to keep this one alive. Excuse me, to score 2 runs to keep this one alive. It is 15-2 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. New man pitching for the Tarpskunks. It's Colton McCall stepping up now, the left-hander, to try and get through this one. If he can get 3 more outs without allowing 2 runs, then the Tarpskunks will win this one in 5 innings. Coach Drum begins to run out. And coming up to bat is going to be Manny Esley, who looks to keep this game going. Anthony Trommer moves over towards left field as he was in replacement. On deck, Caleb Delaney, who is now the center fielder in this contest. Getting ready now. Esley, he flew on his first time up. He flew one over towards right field. Getting ready now. McCall's first pitch. That one's outside, ball 1. So 1-0 count now. Coming for Manny Esley. This is the 3rd appearance on the season for Colton McCall. He's gone 1 2/3 innings on the year. The pitch, that one is up high, 2-0. Manny Esley looking to get a big swing of the bat like he did yesterday where he had a double against Newark. McCall kicks, deals. That one too high again. It's 3-0. A 3-0 count coming to Manny Esley here. Trying to get first strike as Esley squares for a bunt. He pulls back. That one gets the corner for a strike. Esley took a couple steps over. He thought that was ball 4. But it will be strike 1. Not even could get in the hand with the show bunt. Now it's a 3-1 count. Gets set is McCall. Kicks, deals. That one swung on the ground, heading right up the center. Grabbed that there by the shortstop, not able to do so. Just bounces off the glove. A tough hit one there, but that's going to be a single for Manny Esley. Good play by him. Gets the first man on for the Pioneers. Now coming up is going to be Caleb Delaney, who filled in for center field. He's the top of the order for the Pioneers. Esley takes his steps over. Lefty-lefty battle to pitch. That one is swung on a miss there for strike 1. The single by Manny Esley puts him on. Pioneers trying to score a couple runs here. 0-1 count. The pitch from McCall. That one swung hard by Delaney. Heads towards left field. Trommer will track onto that one, but not enough. Falls in towards shallow left. It's going to be a single for Caleb Delaney. His second single on the day. That moves him along. Now coming up is going to be Nick Spanner to step up. Esley's going to run towards third. The tag is not going to be in time. Esley steals on the slow inbound from the Tarpskunks. And so now it's men on the corners following that single by Caleb Delaney. Good steal there and aggressive base running by Coach Drum and Manny Esley. Men on the corners now for Nick Spanner. No outs. Trying to get this one going. Spanner gets ready. McCall gets set. The pitch, that one's high. Ball 1 for Nick Spanner, who so far today is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a fielder's choice. 1-0. The pitch, that one's outside. 2-0. So the Pioneers have been able to get men on these past couple innings. They got 2 in the 4th. Come home. Now with 2 men on here, trying to bring this one forward. Shakes off one. McCall will throw on the 2-0 count. That one's outside. Spanner now sitting in a 3-0 count. On deck, Trevor Reed in replacement of Brett Baker. The pitch from McCall. That one's upstairs. Ball 4. Bases now completely loaded for the Pioneers with Trevor Reed coming up to the plate. And it'll be a Position on the mound between Linkvis and McCall. Trying to punch this one out early, but the Pioneers have other thoughts. They look to try and get some runs. Trevor Reed looks down towards Coach Drum to see what the sign's going to be in terms of how to approach this. There's no outs. The bases are completely loaded. The Pioneers looking to try and score some more runs. Currently down by 13. Colin McCall looking for his first out of this bottom half of the fifth. Pitch, that one's too high. 1-0. Count now incoming for Trevor Reed. 1-0 the pitch. That one's upstairs too. It's 2-0 now. As McCall is having a bit of trouble hitting that zone. Left-hander. 2-0 count. The pitch. That one in there for a strike. It's going to be a 2-1 now coming towards Trevor Reed, who on the season so far for the Pioneers, Trevor Reed has gotten a grand total of 4 hits through 19 at-bats. 2-1, the pitch. That one's outside. It's 3-1 now. Good block there by Linkvis. Don't have the ball go past him. That's what ended up scoring a run earlier in the ball game for the Pioneers. 3-1. Reed gets in the box. Esley on third. Second base has Caleb Delaney. First base has Nick Spanner. The pitch. That one's too high. Ball 4. 1 run will score for the Pioneers. It's now going to be 15-3 following the bases loaded walk. As a new arm goes out, a right-hander for Jamestown begins to warm on the mound. 15-3, Jamestown lead. As coming out now is going to be the manager to have a discussion with his arm. Bases completely loaded. A 12-run lead right now by the Jamestown Tarpskunks. And get ready to go. Need to brush off home plate, the pitching mound. Tyler Adamo will come up following the meeting on the mound with bases completely loaded. First half of this doubleheader. McCall will stay on the mound as the meeting breaks up. Third base is Caleb Delaney. Second has Nick Spanner. Trevor Reed walked to get on to first. Delaney had a single himself. Spanner and Reed both got ball 4. First pitch incoming to to Tyler Adamo. That pitch runs inside, ball 1. The fastball gets a bit too much in towards the right-handed batter's box. 1-0 count. Gets set. McCall kicks and deals. That one swung high and foul. So 1-1 now coming to Tyler Adamo, who's so far today for the Pioneers. He has gone 0 for 2. He struck out in the second and flew out in the fourth. 1-1 count. The pitch, that one's upstairs, 2-1. Pioneers 7 hits so far in the day, in comparison to the 15 by Jamestown. It all started in the first inning when Jamestown scored 3. 2-1, the pitch, that one's hit high in the air by Adamo, hence towards center field, attacking that one and making the grab is Moore. No tag-up attempt by Caleb Delaney. First out comes in there on the flyout. So now coming up is going to be the next batter, Tyson Gingrich. As he gets ready here, McCall gets his first out. Gingrich is 2 for 2 on the day. He's got a pair of singles that he looks to try and rope into an RBI. He was able to score back there in the 4th. On a pass ball. First pitch, that one in there for a strike. 0-1 count. McCall is now on his first pitch strike against his first batter here. 0-1. McCall gets set. 12-run lead by Jamestown. The pitch, that one outside. Ground there by Linkvist. 1-1. As right now it's a ray that the infield is currently playing. And then those gaps are filled by the outfielders. That one hit high into the air by Gingrich. It's heading back there. The right fielder is going to go back for that one. Makes a snag. Delaney's going to run on home. The throw comes in there, but it's not going to be in time. It's going to get the move on. It's going to be 15-4 lead by Jamestown off the sacrifice fly from Tyson Gingrich. Moving on over there towards third base will be Spanner. Now the corners are currently loaded with 2 outs. As up to bat comes Jack Aylward, who on the day currently sits at a 0 for 1 slot, but does have a walk. As they get the signs down. In case of a run from Trevor Reed over at first base, attempted double steal. Sacrifice fly by Tyson Gingrich gets a run on the board. 15-4. The pitch, that one up high for a ball. 1-0. Here against Jack Aylward. Colton McCall now looks over towards first, now steps and deals. That one's up high again. It's 2-0. Coming to Aylward, who walked earlier against Bryant. Pioneers have scored 2 in back-to-back innings. 2 outs here. Pitch, that one swung hard there, and it heads towards the outfield. That's going to be a hit coming in for Jack Aylward. 1 run will score. Running around second towards third base is going to be Trevor Reed. It's a double for Jack Aylward. There, an RBI double at that. It is now going to be 15-5, Jamestown lead here, as the Pioneers are able to score 3 now. Man on second, man on third. And Ryan Gavianelli will step up to the plate. He had an RBI single earlier. Now 3 runs scored by the Elmira Pioneers. All will be earned against McCall. Here. The pitch, that one's up high. 1-0. So this will be the 8th batter facing off against McCall. 1-0. The pitch, that one's outside. 2-0. Jack Aylward's doubles scored a run and moved the man from first over towards third. Pioneers 8 hits on the day, 5 runs to show. The pitch, that one in there for a strike. Hits the outside corner. It's going to be a 2-1 now. First half of doubleheader here. 15-5 lead by Jamestown. The pitch, that one's hit into the air in the infield. It's going to be grabbed there by the first baseman there in Costa for the 3rd out. 15-5, Jamestown lead over the Elmira Pioneers as the fielders get ready to come back out for the sides. They give the high fines over, and we will step aside here. Pioneers trail 15-5 as we head to the top half of the 6th here from historic Dunn Field. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top six now, as up to bat comes Lindqvist. Liam Schott remains on the mound for the Pioneers. First pitch, that one's outside. It's going to go for ball one. Top of the sixth inning here. Elmira able to score 3 to stay alive in this ball game. That one goes in there. It's going to go for strike. It will be a 1-1 count now. Shot. Steps and deals. That one outside. 2-1. And so Jamestown did not score in the top half of the fifth inning. Their lone inning not to score in this one. It's a 7-inning contest here from historic Dunn Field. The pitch, that one in there for a strike. So a 2-2 count now incoming here towards Lindqvist. Shot trying to get first down of the inning. And the pitch, that one's hit high into the air towards foul territory there. Remain a 2-2 count. As the catcher steps back into the box. Shot delivers. That one's hit hard, and he'll head towards the outfield. A single comes in for Lindqvist. And now it's going to be man on first base for the Jamestown Tarpskunks. And with that, start of a new inning, it allows my score sheet to finally return to semi-normalcy. Had to move some players over with the last fourth inning. Now back on track. Have men on the sixth, and that's where Enders is playing. That one goes for a ball. 1-0 count. Now. Lindqvist on first base. The pitch. That one's upstairs. It's 2-0. 2-0 count incoming now for the man in the 10 hole. Trying to see how we can attack forward. That one, outside corner, strike. 2-1 here. That one up high. 3-1 now. As chance of rain incoming very soon. Hope not to see it here. Pitch, that one swung on there. It heads towards left field, going back there, and it is going to be off the wall. Grabbed by Tyson Gingrich. That one will move on. Linkvist goes over towards third. The throw, not in time. A double comes in for Jackson Enders on what came very close as well to a home run. Now it's man on second, man on third. As going up to bat will be the top of the order. It is going to be Grant Moore stepping up now. So far on the day, he is going to be 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Man on second, man on third. Shots throw. That one's high. Ball 1. 1-0 count. As the rain starts to fall now here in Elmira, New York. 1-0 the pitch. That one swung on a miss there. Chased it all the way. The ball goes past Ryan Jones, and he'll score a run in Linkvist. It is 16-5. Jamestown. Correction, they did end up giving that run. So a lot of confusion in terms of what was a run, what wasn't a run. 17-5 now. Jamestown lead over the Elmira Pioneers. Following that swing and miss there. 1-1 count. Coming here. Man now on third base. Pitch. That one swung on and fouled there by the batter. 1-2 now for Moore. So rain falls. This rain was expected probably a couple days ago. That one's hit right back at Sean. He tries to play it, and it hit off the knee. Throw over by Davis. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be a single. Just a comebacker that hits off the knee of Liam Schott. He looks to try and walk it off. Another run scores for Jamestown, so it will be 18-5 on the single there. But out comes Coach Drum to talk to his arm, and so does a trainer. That was an absolute scorcher, and you have to give a lot of credit to these pitchers on the mound and with some of the hits that they have to deal with on the comebackers. As the trainer will come talk to him. Rain continues to come in. It's only a little spits and sprinkles here. So a single there came in by Grant Moore. Scored a run. 18-5. Jamestown lead. On the single. Shot looks to continue to pitch here. He kicks, he deals that one there. Just checking to see how his mobility will work. A hard hit ball there and off of him. So Sean will step off the mound there. It'll be a new arm coming in. So we will step aside while this new arm for the Pioneers comes up. They currently trail 18-5 against the Jamestown Tarpskunks. And that new arm coming in, I'll get to it in a second here. Just waiting to see on a number there. As talking with Jones, and once we get a number, then we'll head to a quick break. Great to see him walk off on his own power there and shot. Just a very tough play there as they get set. And it's going to be Ryan Kristoff stepping on the mound. A position pitcher comes in for the Elmira Pioneers. It is 18-5. Jamestown lead will step aside. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, ServU Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise. Ryan Kristoff on the mound following Liam Schott's exit there following an injury off a comebacker. He gets first pitch strike there. Ryan Kristoff, normally the first baseman for the Pioneers, trying to get these 3 outs for them here in the top half of the 6th inning. It's 18-5, Tarpskunks lead. The pitch, that one's hit high in the air, heads towards left center field. Going for that one is going to be Caleb Delaney in center, who makes the grab and gets the out. The wind blows it over a little bit towards the right. So 1 out in. Next up to bat will be going to be a new hitter here for them in Blake Harriman, pinch hitter. Blake Harriman looks for his pitch from Kristoff outside. And replaces Nolan Smith. The rain continues to fall. Once again, thought the rain was going to come in just a couple days ago due to all the humidity. It's kind of what was needed. That one's upstairs. 2-0. Incoming now. Two-0 count. The pitch from Kristoff. That one outside. 3-0 now. Coming in. And scraping the dirt there will be Herman. Over on man on first base who got a single last time. That was Eric Weeks. That one outside, ball 4. Base now has 2 on with just 1 out. 2 runs have scored in this one. It's this top half inning. Walk there for Herman. Is up to bat. Comes James Dixon. 1 out. Ryan Kristoff on the mound. Traditionally, the first baseman now gets his first pitch there. That one runs inside. Comes very close to hitting the man. Be a 1-0 count. And continues to fall here. It's coming in at an angle, so not straight down. Pitch from Kristoff. That one goes inside again. It's 2-0. Jamestown Tarpskunks. 18 runs in this contest. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 9 in the fourth, 9 in the fifth, and 2 here in the sixth. The pitch. That one's hit high in the air. Heading over there is going to be Alex Davis in foul territory, who tries to make the squeeze and does so for the second out. Fly out there, 2 down now. As Jamestown leads 18-5. Now up to bat will be the next batter, Nate Muncy, the right fielder, getting ready to go. P5 for Dixon in foul territory. Got the second out. Getting ready now. Kristoff kicks and deals. That one swung foul. So strike comes in there. 0-1. Pioneers just 5 runs in this ball game. They scored those in the bottom half of the 4th, the bottom half of the 5th. 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. 0-1 the pitch. That one's inside. 1-1. For Ryan Kristoff, who, once again, this here will be his first pitching performance of the season. He comes from Niagara University by way of Windsor, New York. The throw, that one's hit on the ground, heads on over towards first base where Gabbianelli's going to grab it. But they rule it a foul ball. He was too far over. So heading back over towards second and first will be the runners. 1-2 count. Pioneers trying to get the third out here, the top half of the 6th. The kick, the deal. That one hit on the ground, heading over towards Esley. Esley will get his glove on that one. He throws on over towards first base. It's going to hop, though, so it'll allow for the man to get on an infield single. 19th hit on the day for the Tarpskunks. It is 18-5. Up to bat now comes Paul Delato with bases completely loaded and 2 outs. (18-5) Jamestown lead. First pitch, that one inside. For ball, 1-0. Looking around the West Division today, the Geneva Red Wings currently lead over the Niagara Falls Americans 6-4 there, as they have 14 hits in the contest. The start of Niagara and Auburn coming up very soon. Pitch goes in there for a strike. Newark heads to Olean. Pioneers will head to Olean on Wednesday. So both those games at 0-0 right now. 1-1. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. 1-2 count. Kristoff looks towards DeLon. So, full count. The pitch. That one's inside. 2-2. Getting ready here. The pitch, that one in there, strike 3. So punch out comes in by Ryan Kristoff, gets out of the top half of the 6th inning. It is 18-5, Jamestown lead over Elmira as we head to the bottom half of the 6th here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, Serve Pro, Serve U Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Camp Churchill comes up on the mound as we just saw a flash here of lightning before hopping back on. Literally a split second in between where the ad ended there and came on back, as that one's grounded there by Davis, throwing over to first in time for the out. So one down now, bottom half of the sixth here for Camp Churchill. There's the thunder there that came after that lightning strike. See how this goes. So one out coming on for the Pioneers. Is up to bat now comes Ryan Jones. Getting ready here. First pitch coming towards Jones. That one outside, ball one. One 0 count. Rain continues to fall. Pitch, that one's outside, 2-0. Expect maybe a baseball coming soon here for Churchill. Ryan Jones steps back in. Two 0 count. The pitch, that one down low, 3-0. 3-0 count. The pitch to Jones. That one's a strike. It's a 3-1 now with one out. 18-5 Tarpskunks lead over the Elmira Pioneers. Camp Churchill, his throw. That one's on the ground. Heads over towards the shortstop, who makes it on the bounce and throws on over to first in time for the second out. So 2 out now here. Pioneers down to the last down to try and score another 2 runs to stay alive in this ball game. (18-5). Manny Esley now steps up. On the day so far for Esley, he is 1 for 2 with the single. The pitch, that one swung on a miss there for his strike. 0-1. 18-5, Jamestown lead. They have 19 hits to Elmira's 8. One of those hits comes from Manny Esley. The pitch, that one's in there for a strike. It's an 0-2 count. (0-2) coming in now. One strike away from ending this one is Jamestown. The pitch, that one hit high in the air. Heads towards right field. Backing up for that one is going to be the right fielder who's at the warning track, going for the ball, and it'll go against the wall. Manny Esley's running from second. He stays at second, gets a little off the bag, but it's going to be a double for Manny Esley off the wall, hitting the Wise Market sign. Big swing by Manny Esley there. Now he's on second, and it's the top of the order. It's coming for Caleb Delaney. So man on second, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Our Pioneers trying to stay in this one. Delaney gets ready. The righty-lefty matchup here for Churchill. He gets sad. He kicks, and that one will go for a strike. For Churchill. Churchill This one will be his 10th appearance on the season. The bench, that one's sent on the ground. Heads over towards the second baseman who plays it on the hop but is not going to get able to throw in time. It's going to be a infield single for Caleb Delaney, and that puts them into double digits in terms of hits. Single by Caleb Delaney moves Manny Esley over to third base. So now coming up is going to be Nick Spanner, the extra hitter. Coming up now. Men on the corners for the Pioneers with 2 outs. Getting ready here. First pitch from Churchill to Spanner. That one goes for a strike. So Churchill has been able to hit the zone. It's just the Pioneers have been able to get on top of him. 2 hits so far. A double by Esley and a single by Caleb Delaney. Here through 2/3 of an inning. 0-1, the pitch. That one swung there by Spanner. Heads towards center field. Going back for that one is Moore. It's heading back there, and it's going to go off the wall. 1 run will score. Delaney's going to turn on his way towards home for the second run. It is going to be 18-7. Jamestown lead. A double coming from Nick Spanner. Scores another 2 runs. Now just 11 runs lead for Jamestown. As up to bat comes Trevor Reed. That's what the Pioneers needed. Now to send it to his 7th inning. Trevor Reed gets ready now. Here. 2 runs scored by the Pioneers. They're in 11 hits today. That one goes past. Great grab there by Lindqvist behind the dish. That one, if it got past him, you certainly expect Spanner to move over towards third. 1-0. The pitch. That one hits Reed's hands. He'll go to first base. There. Hit by pitch for Trevor Reed. Now it's going to be a man on first and a man on second. Coming for Tyler Adamo, the cleanup hitter. Comes up now. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Adamo steps up. Churchill trying to get the last down here on the bottom half of the 6th. Head towards the 7th. Pitch. That one there for a strike. Oh, 0-1 the count. Pitch, that one's hit on the ground there by Adamo. Heads over towards first base. Bobble there, the toss up. Is it in time? It is. That's the 3rd out. And we head to the top of the 7th inning here momentarily. It is 18-7. Tarpskunks lead. So we head to the top right after this quick break here on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Top 7, Kristoff remains on the mound for the Pioneers as they get ready to go. Good jump high there. And so it's an 11-run ball game. Jamestown currently leads. This is the 7th and final inning, barring the Pioneers scoring 11 in the bottom half of the 7th. Pioneers have scored all 7 in these past 3 innings. Here, top 7 from historic Dunfield. The rain continues to fall down here. And see how the infield is changing the dirt color. Kristoff gets ready and is up to bat. Coming here for the Tarpskunks is going to be Joaquin Rodriguez Costa. That one's fell in the way. 0-1. You can hear it hit off one of the pieces of metal in the stands. 0-1. Pitch incoming. That one, check swing, going on the infield. Trying to grab there by Davis. He's not able to do so. So an infield single comes in there by Costa, who has gotten on every single time he's gotten up to bat. He is 4 for 4 on the day with also a hit by pitch. So now coming up is Anthony Traumer for the Tarpskunks with 1 man on. Look over by Kristoff. The pitch, that one's hit high into the air. Going over towards that one is going to be Damianelli. And he makes the snag for the first out. There. So 1 down now, man on first. At the bat comes Branston Linkvis. So he gets in. Kristoff trying to get these last 2 outs. The Tarpskunks have 20 hits on the day. Just through 6 1/3 innings. The pitch from Kristoff, that one's too high. 1-0. Getting set now is Kristoff. The kick, the deal. 1-0 count. That one's going to go 2-0 now. And so the man from Niagara University gets back on the rubber. Sitting behind in the count. 2-0. Man on first base there. That's Costa. Pitch. That one too high again. It's 3-0 now. This game started at 2:01 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now 4:39, so we've gone through 2 hours and 38 minutes of baseball as that one goes for a strike. 3-1. Getting back towards his set position here is Kristoff. The pitch, that one's hit hard towards the outfield. Delaney's chasing for that one. He makes the grab on the run for the second out. Great grab there by Delaney. You see Kristoff pointing out towards center field, giving his props to his man out there. That's the second out. Now coming up is Jackson Enders. Here, 2 outs. The final out for the Jamestown Tarpskunks to work with, barring the Pioneers scoring 11 in the bottom half of the inning. Gets set. The pitch, that one is too high, ball 1 by Kristoff. So Kristoff right now, he is currently sitting at a grand total of 26 pitches in this outing. The throwback over towards first base. He's got about 30% strike, a 50% strike ratio so far. 13 strikes through the 26 pitches. As pitch comes in there, that one's going to fall too high. So below 50% now it goes. 2-0 count incoming. It continues to rain here in Elmira, New York. We had a little bit of lightning flash on here in between the middle of the sixth as that one's hit high in the air. Going underneath that one to make the grab is going to be the second baseman there in Adamo for the third out. We head to the bottom half of the seventh. The Pioneers trail 18-7. It's going to be the last 3 outs to try and work with to get back into this one here from historic Dunn Field on the Pioneers Broadcasting Network. The Elmira Pioneers are sponsored by AIM Independent Living, AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, Ann's Pancakes, Centralis Health, Blaze Brockway, Bully Hill Vineyards, CAF USA, Casa Trinity Prevention, Chemung Canal Trust Company, Chemung Supply, Coca-Cola, Council Rock Wealth Advisory Group, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevrolet, Elmira Heat Treating, Chemung County Family Fitness Center, Finger Lakes Federal Credit Union, FM Howell, Glove House, Guthrie, Hilliard Corporation, Honeybee Made, Jubilee Foods, Kahuna's, Kennedy Valve, M&T Bank, Martha Lloyd Community Services, McDonald's, Papa John's, Pathways, Pinecroft, Rodney J. Strange, ServPro, Serve You Credit Union, Sheddens, Solutions Credit Union, Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Susan Minchin Dentistry, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom South Corning Collision, the United States Army, the United States Navy, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Wise Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, WETM, Wiggle 100, and Woodbrook Assisted Living. Thank you for sponsoring the Elmira Pioneers, and go Pios. Bottom 7 incoming, Tyson Gingrich now steps up to the plate. The final 3 outs that the Pioneers have to work with, unless if they can score 11 runs here. They've only been able to score at most 3. That was back in the 5th inning. First pitch, that one goes inside, comes close to hitting Gingrich. Will not do so. It's going to be a 1-0 with no outs here. 18-7 lead by the Jamestown Tarpskunks. The first meeting between these two squads of the entire season coming in early July. They were supposed to have a doubleheader in Jamestown earlier this year, but that one got postponed due to rain. And it's raining in this one. It seems like whenever these two teams are meant to meet, the rain just comes with it. 2-0 count here to Tyson Gingrich. Pitch goes in there. Go for a strike. He is 2 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice fly as well that scored a run. 2-1 count. The pitch. 2-2. As you can see how much, if you look through the entire stream, you can see how much the dirt has changed in part due to the rain. As that one's hit hard by Gingrich, it heads towards left field. Backing up for that one is Trummer, and he makes the snag for the first down. A good swing there by Gingrich towards opposite field, but not able to fall. 1 out now for the Pioneers, who now have Jack Aylward coming up, who looks to get a big swing on the ball. What better way to do it in a rain game? And ready now. 1 out. 0-0. The pitch, that one gets cornered for a strike. there. 0-1 count coming to Inward. Who has a walk and a double today. He swings on that one and going for a strike. RBI double his last time up. 0-2. As he slides on the plane and gets ready to go here. The pitch, that one is hit towards center field. Attacking that one is going to be Moore, but it's going to be so shallow that the second baseman is able to grab it there and enters for the second out. So down goes Inward on the pop fly. Second out comes in. Pioneers down to their last down. Here with Ryan Gabbianelli now stepping up to the plate. The Pioneers so far today have 11 hits on the contest, 7 runs, 3 errors. In comparison, Jamestown, they're 18, 20, and 0. Churchill getting ready for his first pitch over. That one goes inside. 1-0. First half of the doubleheader here against the Jamestown Tarpskunks. Once again, reminder that these games in the doubleheader go just 7 innings. 1-0 the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1. 1-1 count now. Churchill gets set. He throws that one low. 2-1. 2-1 count now for Gabbianelli. Goes back here. The pitch, that one in there for a strike. It's a 2-2 count now incoming for Gabbianelli. This is a final strike the Pioneers have to work with. They've got to score 11 to stay in this one. 2-2 count. The pitch from Churchill, that one. Strike 3. And that will do it for the first half of this contest. The Jamestown Tarpskunks win this one 18-7 over the Elmira Pioneers through 7 innings. We'll step aside when we return. It's the second half of the doubleheader coming up in about 30 minutes here from historic Dunn Field. We turn here to Dunfield, and in between the two games, the rain picked up more. There was more thunder and more lightning. So the second game of this doubleheader comes to a close with a postponement between Jamestown and Elmira. Jamestown will take the first game that the two sides have seen against each other, and that last one, 18 runs scored by them, just 7 by Elmira. They take the win, and they will improve their record. We look at the standings real quick. Jamestown now goes to 19-7-1. Auburn, they're 15-8. Elmira is now 12-13. Niagara, they're 10-13-1. Olean, 10-14. Geneva, they beat Niagara Falls. They moved to 9-13. Niagara Falls falls to 9-16. Newark, 4-17. The upcoming games for the Pioneers, despite this rain out on the second one for the postponement. Wednesday, it's at Olean. The Pioneers look to get back into 500 with that game. On Thursday, it's a home one against the Newark Pilots. That's going to be for a T-shirt night. And then on Friday, back at Olean for yet another contest. The Elmira Pioneers 2-0 against Olean this season, looking to see if they can continue that one throughout the rest of the year. For ticket information, you can call 607-734-2690 for all Elmira Pioneers home games for tickets there. Special thank you to our owners, Miss Nellie and Robbie Nichols, alongside general managers Tabitha Witt and Mark Witt. Assistant general manager, you can see on the mound right there, Jacob Rose. Alongside our statistician for the afternoon to evening, Ethan Franklin. From the press box here in Dunfield, I'm Anthony Labonte saying so long on the doubleheader here. The Pioneers lose the first one, 18-7, and we'll be back with that game at Olean on Wednesday.